Well, let's bring in the Executive Vice President of SAM, Smart Approaches to Marijuana, Luke Niforatos. Luke, welcome to Victory News. Listen to this soundbite from Chuck Schumer on The View, and I'll get your thoughts.
When marijuana was first legalized in a few of the western states, Oregon and Colorado, everyone said there'd be a lot of harm. Drug use would go up, crime would go up. Neither happens.
Okay, Luke, you live in Colorado, the leader in legalized marijuana. Is Schumer telling us the truth about drug use and crime not rising?
Absolutely not, Tim, and thank you for having me on. Unfortunately, here in my state of Colorado, we lead the nation in terms of youth initiating on marijuana for the first time. Children under the age of 15 have increased their use of marijuana over the last 2 years. And when it comes to young adults and seniors, we've seen the highest levels of marijuana use we've ever seen. And, when you hear marijuana, you think, oh, it's just a joint or whatever. But now it's totally different. It's supercharged from 2% potency back in the 90s to now up to 99% potency. And it's coming in the form of dabs. Look that up. Candies, gummies, ice creams, things that are clearly being targeted at our youth. And when it comes to crime, Senate Majority Leader Schumer couldn't be more wrong. Colorado's in the top 5 states in the country for increasing rates of violence and property crime. And studies show that when you put a pot shop in your neighborhood, crime rates go up double-digit percentage points. So he's wrong on all counts, and there are a lot of concerns we have about states that are legalizing right now.
One thing that is thrown out there is that tax revenue offsets the damage that drug does to society. Is that true in your mind?
No, actually a really good study was done by the Centennial Institute in Colorado. They found that the state spends $4.50 for every $1 in marijuana tax revenue. So we're losing money hand over fist on this regulatory regime. And that's because we have cartels that have moved into suburban neighborhoods. They're gutting houses and turning them into illegal grow houses for marijuana. We have people targeting youth and selling to minors, all kinds of problems we never really anticipated. And we're losing money on this. And it's not surprising because we're losing money on tobacco and alcohol taxes too. We actually lose about $10 for every $1 in tax revenue from those vice drugs. So this really isn't going to be the boon for tax revenue that people think it is.
What about government assistance like President Biden's recent drug kits with crack pipes? Can that help users and the community they live in?
No, this is the wrong direction. We need to be focused on getting people treatment if they have addiction to marijuana or any other drug. And by the way, the addiction rate for marijuana now, it was 1 in 10 people who used it in the last year would be addicted just a decade ago. Now it's 1 in 3 people who used marijuana in the last year will develop an addiction. And that's a scientific fact. That's from our federal research institutions. So, we need to be getting people into recovery. We need to be giving people options to get help. Facilitating drug use, getting people ways to quote unquote safely use. There is no way to safely use crack. There is no way to safely use drugs. The best advice is to abstain from it and get help if you have addiction.
Luke, you're obviously doing a very impactful work there. Tell our viewers how they can learn more about what you're doing.
Absolutely. We're the nation's leading nonpartisan, nonprofit organization fighting against the legalization of marijuana. Our website is learnaboutsam.org. Please check us out. We'd love to connect with you and work in your state. We're pretty much in every state across the country, and we're based here in D.C.
Luke, it was really, really great to have you here on Victory News. We look forward to having you back again soon. Thanks for being with us.
God bless you. Thank you. Keep up the good work.